Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, computer parts of all shapes and sizes, welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast, and also featuring me, the Lobster
of Dust. The Lobster of Dust.
Guess.
The Lobster of Dust.
I guess. I feel fucking dusted.
Yeah, you do.
No, I feel like the dusters, like the air dusters, that like people used to like huff, like where they're like, and like a brain cell just dies. That's what I feel like.
Bro, I've only done that once in my life. That was not for me.
I've never done it, but I saw like a video of somebody doing it, and like literally you watch their brain cells die, like on there.
You did nitrous, right?
And this is the monitor. You watch the
It's basically the same effect. It's just worse and also
but nitrous is safer, right?
That's for sure.
They wouldn't sell nitrous at strip clubs for you to pop if it was unsafe.
That's a good point. Yeah, strip clubs are the safest environment where you can get
FDA
your drug.
regulated.
Well, the thing about they
Windex their poles in between dancers, Trevor, and that's pre-COVID. Easy, buddy. And we're off YouTube. Back on Etsy, off of YouTube.
What was one of the biggest things that they did with these, because they can't, because of the way it works or anything, is they couldn't actually like remove the chemical or whatever that gets you fucked up. So they just put like inside of these is just a fuck ton of bitterant. Like half of the can is filled with bitterant. So they're just like, if people huff it, it just like leaves like the worst taste in your mouth. And they were like, that was what they were hoping was going to deter kids from doing it.
I mean, wasn't there a thing where kids were fermenting shit and huffing the gas that came off it to get high?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not going to stop a kid from trying to get high. He'll find a way.
Now you have to be 18 or older to buy canned air from stores. Like if you go to
the way God intended.
Yeah, if you go to like Office Max or whatever, they like card you. Like Walmart will card you when you're fucking buying canned air, and it's like, all right.
I don't have scabs on my face, dude. You don't need to ID me.
If the cart was filled with Sudafed, dog food, and canned air, okay, card me. So,
how's work been?
Fucking golden, dude. I haven't done shit.
Yeah.
I haven't done shit. I've been
That's
like
beautiful.
I drive to Davis. I'm like kind of look around a little bit, give everybody the thumbs up, drive home. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Nap till fucking 5. Wake up.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm loving life right now. I'm bored as dicks though. Bored as dicks.
Better knock on wood.
I mean, absolutely.
A tree fell down in the middle and ruined all of the furniture sets.
It is one of those things like you go so hard for so long.
Keep going.
That when you
a light bulb.
When you finally hit the point of stopping, your body doesn't know what it's doing anymore. Like I feel like I have not been able to wake up. Like my body's like, you didn't sleep for 3 weeks, so now we're gonna play recovery. And so like I get up in the morning and I'm like, do I have to go anywhere? Nah, and I'll just pass back out for another hour.
Good. Catch up on all that sleep. That shit's important, man.
No. 4 hours. That's all the body needs. 4 hours minimum.
So my light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever get an update on the Post-it note girl and her situation?
I haven't asked though either.
All right.
I don't know.
Right. I put the feelers out, and if you've heard it,
I just keep walking past her apartment hoping to catch something going on, but no, nothing's going on at all.
Ooh, I think about that one every now and then. Man, I want to hope the best for her, but I know life is shit for her right now.
That's exactly right. I also want to know what new Post-it notes have come up since the roommates come in.
I know that's. You should have put some cameras up in the corners of that house.
I will have
Big Brother.
I will have the property put a 24-hour notice of entries just so I can go in.
Yeah, I need to fix the molding.
Yeah, we got a report from your neighbor. There's a wall in your room. I got to take a look at it. That's good.
Yeah,
it's fucking golden. I've been able to just like relax a little bit enough that I was able to get 3 hours of recording done yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I got all the way through next Horde Night, this upcoming Horde Night recorded. So
nice.
Feeling good about that. Recorded another game today. Bless you.
I was dabbing. I wasn't sneezing. I couldn't hear anything.
But it's spelled human humanity. Humanity. I don't know. Fucking pronounce
Humanity.
Yeah, Humanity. And it's a zombie game. It's a zombie survival game. It's a lot like
okay.
It's a lot like
Man, I was thinking
Project Zomboid.
Complete opposite direction, more towards that like Chimera Land game that you're talking, or is human manatees. Like the way you're pronouncing it, I was like, what?
It's cool. It's early access. Is fucking boring as dicks. Like after like 25 minutes, I felt like I've seen it all. So, but yeah,
that's what makes the game good.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting enough that it, like I can see where the positives would come. It's Project Zomboid Light is basically what it is. So it's all the top-down crafting zombie survival that Project Zomboid has, but in a super simplistic, shortened down mode. So it's like very easy to get into, easy to understand, easy
it's like
to run.
Frontier is to Tarkov as that game is to Project Zomboid.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good comparison.
A little more hand holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold the hand a little.
How's your paperweight?
You know who else has fucking hands? The devil. And he uses them for holding. I swear to God, I could watch that movie once a month and still die. Absolutely die.
What movie?
Dewey Cox.
Oh, yeah.
Walk hard.
Walk
hard.
Get out of here, Dewey. You don't want none of this. What is it? It's marijuana. It makes everything better. I don't want any of that. I don't want to get addicted. It's not a habit for me.
Well, I can't be hungover for a performance. There's never a hangover.
Oh,
is it expensive?
It's the
cheapest shit there is.
Well, what if I wanted to have sex with someone and make sex even better? I think I want some of that shit.
All right, come on in here and do drugs.
I forgot about that fucking movie. That's a great movie. John C. Reilly kills it.
It is. It feels like a 3-hour movie, but in like the best way. It's just packed with so much weird shit.
Fuck, man.
He's jumping on the trampoline. I'm not going to do PCP anymore. What was that? I just did PCP.
I'll run to the street.
Oh,
fuck. Good movie. Good movie. So tell me about this past weekend that we had.
Yeah, we I brought down almost all my computer stuff.
We did it. We talked about it. We did it.
And
almost all the computer stuff.
Yeah. We were just looking at standoffs, and then we started pulling shit out, and then shit started going all over the place. And you had
Let's
a
backtrack.
Glass of vodka. I had a glass of whiskey. We're cheersing directly over the mobo.
Over the mobo.
Giggling. Wouldn't that fucking suck?
So let's back up. So we started drinking. We started hanging out. We were like, oh, we'll build the computer. So you came down on Friday night. And I was like, okay, we'll build the computer tomorrow. That way we can just hang out, relax, bullshit for a little bit. And then we'll get up fresh and early, build the computer, and make sure it all works, have all day. At some point in the night after drinking, I asked a question. That doesn't sound good over there. Asked a question about whether or not we had something, went out to check it, and then somehow drunkenly at 2 a.m. we started putting together a PC. And didn't fuck it up. Didn't fuck it up. We did a good job. It was not fucked up by any means.
Yeah.
It was, we got the M dot in, we got all the fans in the case, then realized that we shouldn't have done that and had to pull all the fans back out of the case.
3 times.
Well, what the fuck is up with that board, man? Everything. Okay. If you haven't built a PC anytime recently, for whatever reason, companies have decided that it is way cooler to make your motherboard look like a fucking spaceship with like plate armor and shit all over it. I mean, it looks nice. Kinda. I mean, I'm glad you have, like, it's on the backside of the windows so your neighbors can sleep at night, but.
Yeah. Wow, it is. I'm not going to lie. I wanted like a cool, like, I don't care what anybody says. I think RGB is sick. That is a tad much. It is so bright.
After the, I don't know, the 4th fan, I was like, maybe a little too much. What did Aaron say? We got 10 fans in there? No, there's more. There's 13 total fans in that machine. There's 3 on the bottom, 3 on the side, 3 on the top. That's 9 fans. You got 3 on your fucking GPU card. And then there's 1 on the PSU on the back.
Yeah.
It's too much. And they all light up.
To be fair,
my
other computer case, the RGB is so subdued because the whole thing is tinted black that I think I was kind of thinking that was going to happen. This is much clearer.
The case I bought came with 4 fans on the front. They're fucking ray tracing. What is this? RGB. And then the fans that
ray tracing fans made by NVIDIA.
The other ones I have, I downloaded EVGA's thing to turn off all of the other RGB. Like my case is just dark. It just stays dark. It's not necessary. You know why? Because it sits behind all my fucking monitors. I never see it.
Well, I would very much like for a lot of this to like if I can get the board working, I would like to turn down the brightness on, I think, most of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Because it is really bright.
It's really bright. When you took the tint glass, like the peel stick off the front, and then we booted it, I was like, oh my God. It's like someone has like a fucking flashlight in there.
Yeah. It is a lot.
So anyway, we built the computer. Next day we wake up, we put it together. You go and take care of some shit. You come back down. We put the rest of it together.
We mostly built it.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't put it in the case yet, but we had the Mobo
the night before.
We had it like sitting on the case, but we didn't like put like the screws and stuff in. And we hadn't pulled the GPU yet.
Right. So we finally get everything in. We realized you forgot your power cable for the GPU. So we couldn't boot it to process the GPU. Okay, fine. Got everything else worked. Had to download an OS. You forgot to get an OS. So it was like, okay, cool, no big deal. Found out that Windows 10 needs at least 8 gigabytes of a flash drive to run. So I didn't have an 8 gig on me, but I had the extra external hard drive. So I was like, oh, dope. We'll just put it on that and then we can run it off the computer. Did not realize that it completely formats the external hard drives to basically just be a boot CD. And so we lost a bunch of video. We lost old video. We lost memorable videos from the past. That has never.
Sad about the Star Citizen.
Star Citizen stuff is all gone. Drunk Night with Sean is gone. All of our original Elden Ring stuff is gone.
I mean, I guess if anything's gonna be gone, I'm glad it's the stuff that was like the shittier format that like.
Sure. I mean, I know
but still real big sad.
I have still yet to be able to find all of the stuff that we're missing because I've had to move because, you know,
yeah,
there's just been so much content that we recorded that I've stuck things on different drives for so long just to try and make space. So I've got my working hard drive and then I have the backups for all the extra stuff. I think we lost the original footage of all of the podcasts up till this year. We have all the stuff that we uploaded on YouTube, and we have the uploaded video, so the final cut stuff. But we lost the raw footage on everything. I think I lost all the raw footage on all the Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Ready or Not. And I don't know what
Duty can just go.
we were never going to do anything with it, so it's not a big deal. But it is just enough that it was like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was ever going to use it, but yeah. So I guess this is like the declutter process. Now that it's gone, it's like, okay, I feel comfortable. I'm not going to ever use that footage. Thank God. I mean, there were some dope ass plays that we had that we could have made highlight shit out of, but like, who's got time for that? Okay. Yeah. So pushing past that, we get OS on, board boots, OS is updated. Everything looks like it's golden. You put it in a box and drive home, and then the system doesn't work.
It does.
It does.
And it doesn't.
And it doesn't.
And then it does.
Okay.
And then it doesn't. That's the weird part.
Well,
I could boot it. I always have to go through the GPU. It'll never post off just like the onboard MOBO.
Which doesn't make sense because we was the only way we got the OS system to run was off of the fucking onboard MOBO.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, maybe that board didn't have integrated graphics. But then I'm like, then how the fuck did we get it to run at the house? Because we didn't have it off the GPU.
Yep.
Okay.
The only consistency is D6. Sometimes it says 9C. Sometimes it says 9C, D6, D7. Sometimes it says 9.6 or D6 and then AO, which is like all good. Things are cool.
Yeah.
And that's when it'll let me see it on a monitor.
So
but when it's on the monitor, I can't add any network drivers. I can't do anything. Nothing works. It doesn't recognize that there's an Intel board.
If it doesn't recognize that there's an Intel board, that to me, right off the bat, is telling me that it's got to be a BIOS update. We have to update BIOS. That's the only thing I can think of, because outside of it, here's the worst case scenario, right? This is all the stuff I found that was the worst case scenario. 3090 GPU is about 100 pounds. Thing is fucking massive.
Yeah.
PCIe fucking slots on your board are only soldered in with fucking very lightly. So when you put it in the fucking case connected and then sat it up and drove it home and hit bumps, the GPU did this the whole way home and busted off the fucking PCIe from the
I don't think it's that.
Okay.
I did angle it as much as I could.
You don't want to angle it. It needs to be straight. No angle. Straight.
Well, it's either straight up and down or...
Oh, you mean when you put it... Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I
on the ride home.
Like this, down. And that's the slowest I've ever gone home. It took me 3.5, almost 4 hours. Because
it's
every
like
time...
driving with a newborn?
There are definitely like bumps where it's like... Because there's construction everywhere where I was like, oh, there's a bump. And I get in the slow lane, go to like 45, 50, like... and then go again. I babied it as much as I could. And it feels like it's fucking rock solid in there. First thing I did when I got home is, well, first it's so heavy. The foam that it's in was like tearing. I can't lift it straight out, so I had to like lay it on its side, lay down with it, put my feet on either side of the box, and basically reverse birthed it into me. Pulled it out, took everything off, and immediately I went around. I checked all the screws to make sure all the screws were in. I pushed in the RAM to make sure it was firmly seated, checked the tabs, pushed that in to make sure it was there, and then I connected the GPU cable, the power cable.
Okay.
So right off the bat, I checked everything to make sure that it was plugged in.
So the only other thing it could be that they were saying is that the RAM slots, did you try swapping RAM slots from channel 1 and 3 into 2 and 4? So they said that could have been an issue. They could have also said it was bad RAM. I mean, there's a bunch of...
None of the codes that pop up have anything to do. I looked up the whole spec sheet on.
I looked it up too, but apparently the same coding set that people were getting on that board, the D6, D7, some people have done multiple tests and it would have been able to, like D6, D7, it's just output input is not responding from GPU. Some people have reseeded the CPU, took the codes away, everything was fine. Some people swapped channels or swapped out RAM, everything was good, code went away.
That's the one thing I don't want to touch is the CPU.
I know. It was such a fucking... It's actually really easy to undo the fucking... So to do it...
Wouldn't I have to clean off all the thermal paste?
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about rubbing alcohol in a Q-tip. It takes fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not hard. And I mean, honestly, it wouldn't have booted anyway if the CPU wasn't running. But again, I don't know. I'm just telling you this is what people have said online for this board that they've got it to fix. And then they said sometimes the PCIe slots are just bad. And it could have been because of the weight or whatever. But then they said they swapped it to the PCIe slot 2 on the bottom. But you don't have enough space in your fucking computer for that.
Now with all these fans.
And they said once they swapped it to port 2, it was fine. They also said in BIOS, you have to make sure that BIOS is running for Intel and it shows like run GPUs or some shit like that. And then once that's all set and good to go, it's solid. So I'm thinking more or less, I think it's a BIOS problem. I think we need to go through. I think we need to update BIOS. I think we need to check all BIOS settings, make sure it's up and running, and then it's probably good to go. And then if that doesn't work, I think we try RAM first, then try CPU, and then I don't know. Or maybe when you sent that fucking GPU in to get your cool little doohickey on there, they fucked it up.
I didn't send it in.
It came like that?
Yeah. No, that plate I just ordered. And it sits on top.
It was on pretty tight. You adhesive it?
It has little adhesives that go off of, they just piggyback on top of like the screws if you were to take off that top part to add like a water block to it.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So there's just little like rubber nubbins with adhesives on both sides.
Or from EVGA, it's just a bad card. Again, let's start with the bare bones basics. Let's do the BIOS. Let's check all the rest of the stuff.
I'm just gonna buy a pre-built. I'm over this.
Kids,
if you're out there, just buy a pre-built.
Buy them. Are we looking at the prices? Holy shit! Everything that we did for get this system set up, like, granted, we spent way too much money on it because we bought it during peak pricing. You could still, like, as of today, at current cost of what we put that fucking thing together, you could probably still get a pre-built for like maybe like $400, $300 cheaper now.
Yeah,
pre-builts are fucking outrageously cheap. I do not understand why. I mean, the only thing I would do once I buy the pre-built is I would swap out the RAM that it comes with, and I would swap out the PSU.
Yeah, and your AIO.
Yeah.
If you buy an iBuyPower,
yes,
swap out your AIO.
I mean, I bought iBuyPowers. Their cases are trash, but all the rest of the stuff in there is fine. Okay, so wait, I've purchased iBuyPower. Have you?
No.
So you're just talking smack what you read on Reddit?
I've just read all of the review. Yeah, Reddit. I was in a subreddit. The number one thing everybody I saw was swap out the AIO. I've sent, like, don't even bother. Like, it will break. They will warranty it. They will send you the same shitty AIO. And that will break in the same way.
True,
just
yeah. I guess, maybe. I mean, it also depends on what the fuck you're doing with the rig. I mean, if you buy it and then... Yeah, Minecraft.
Dog Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, Dark Steve.
Yeah, I learned about Dark Steve.
You did.
You know, all things considered, it's still fun. We played Mortal Kombat.
We did.
The new Mortal Kombat.
Then we plugged in a second controller, thinking that was going to be...
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
For some reason, my PC does not like to register 2 fucking Xbox controllers.
I'm Raiden. No, I'm Raiden.
At one point, it was like, which one is single player? It just kept swapping back and forth. At one point, one controller was controlling both characters.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
I was wild. Yeah,
It was fun though.
it was a fun, mellow, easy.
Gotta say, I came home after playing Mortal Kombat. I looked at my girl and I was like, "Hey, do you want to get fucked in not a cool way?" She's like, "What does that mean?" I said, "Mortal Kombat." Put on Mortal Kombat 11. Whoop that ass for about a whole evening.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the graphics are better
In 11?
Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah,
Maybe.
like in a different way. They seem like darker, grittier. So they might not be better, but I feel like the overall aesthetic and like shading of everything seems better.
Yeah, it's Diablo 3 to Diablo 4.
Definitely better than what do you call it? That one end of the tower where he pushes them in the tower.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that does not look it's funny because the cinematics for the actual story mode, I would just watch that as a movie in itself. It was so fucking cool. It was so cool and it looked good. The combat fighting graphics don't look terrible, but they're not as like overly flashy as the last couple games. Like from 9 to 11, I felt like the combat graphics were super flashy because you had a lot of like X-ray moves and stuff like that was going on. I feel like this game is like almost a little bit more simplistic from like 10 and 11. At least it feels like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't feel as like crazy over the plus cameos, I think changed the whole way the game plays.
That's way different too.
Super different. I'm not sure I like cameos or not, but I understand them.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of have to understand the character's utility that you're getting before you bring them in.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was almost like
just push
Marvel
button.
Capcom
Exactly.
tag team, like swap out.
Nope.
Not just a guy comes in, he's like, "I'm gonna pray while you get that ass beat."
Well, and like each one of them does something different, right? There's more crowd control, there's more offensive ones, there's more defensive ones, and like once you start to understand it, and then they have some of them have longer cooldowns than other ones. So it's like, okay, once you start to understand how they work and how they like synergize with what you're playing with, it's pretty cool. But I don't know, it's still a weird system because like I feel like every time I try and use my cameos, I get fucked up. At least online, man. I've sworn off online. I'm way too peaked for fucking
one fucking piece of shit.
Fucking
all he did.
Night. The same combo. The same combo.
God, I wish I remembered your fucking name, kid. Oh, I would Jay and Silent Bob him. Are you dipshit 09? And did you say Jay and Silent Bob suck all the cocks? Yeah, why? How many people want to beat some ass?
It's the end of fucking Step Brothers where they just go out to the playground and just beat the shit out of all the kids. So,
well, I guess on that note, I have not played fucking anything except for Mortal Kombat when I got home, because until about we started this podcast, there was just wires and
I bet
shit
I
everywhere.
Bet. Yeah, I bet.
What's coming out?
CS:GO just
Phantom
came.
Liberty.
Oh,
did CS:GO 2 come out?
CS:GO came out today. So this is Wednesday. So CS:GO 2 is out today, right now.
Dr. Disrespect was right.
Mm-hmm. And then
I saw a tweet a couple days ago where he said it, and I was like, all right.
Phantom Liberty came out yesterday.
Yeah. Pretty big moves.
So CD Projekt Red said, play the game from the very beginning. Start over from scratch. Like there's enough of the game that's changed and they've done enough changes and like everything that it doesn't make any sense for you to keep your same playthrough. Just start over from scratch because it's all new, like different quest lines, way things work out. Like I want to play it. I want to play it so bad because I watched a.
That's a lot of fucking time. That is a.
I mean
that. To play through. To do a full playthrough.
Yeah, but aren't you playing like your third character in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's gonna be like another Baldur's Gate. Like it's going to take. That fucking long.
Yes, I think
it is.
I remember sitting down and playing it, and it took me like.
I'm pretty stoked on it.
I'm stoked too. I think it just looks.
I had to get off TikTok because I saw like it's like you can save Jackie this time. I was like, what? Like, there's no way you could. Everybody
Yep.
tried to work around. I was
Yep.
like, you could save Jackie, and then I scrolled, and there is somewhere on the map there is a special car.
It's like a tank car.
No, it's an homage on the side of it. It has Ken Block's initials and his birthday when he
no!
died. And it's a drift car, but it's got guns on the front of it, and you can find there's all sorts of Easter eggs. And I saw that, I was like, I don't want to learn anything else.
Holy shit!
I want to like kill organic, but like they put a lot of shit in there.
I don't know if, okay, but here's the thing, because I played through the game, like, yes, I want to go back and experience it. It's been enough time that I think if I sit down and experience it and with all the changes, it'll be a new experience and feeling organic. But I also don't know if I want to slog through some of those low parts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind maybe looking up a few things to kind of like, just kind of move it along. Because I was pretty fucking kitted out at the end of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
My first playthrough, I played it like oh, this is Call of Duty. I did like almost nothing with like any of the arms. And the second one, I was like watching videos. I was like, oh fuck, you can do that. So I had like the mantis blades and shit, and completely went the other side.
I had like super jump mantis blades with like a stealth build going, and like
I still never even did any of the hacker stuff.
Oh,
like, there was a lot of that game
that
I still never explored.
Well, it was kind of the thing about it that they did too, where it was like there's no respec points. So it was like once you put in, like you were pretty much fucked, which was hard on your first playthrough because it's like I don't know what any of this shit is. Yeah. And then after you got through like the first playthrough, it was like, oh man, I want to go back and do this like differently this time and picking and choosing. But it also felt like at the end when you were just running around the city, it's like, well, why wasn't there a respect? It's like if there's nothing else going on and I've done the main story quest and all the shit, like why can't I just just like fuck around? Like I've got other shit. Let me just like respec my points. That was the one thing that kind of like bugged me about it. But again, it didn't matter. But that was the starting back over thing, was like, fuck, man. Great storyline. If I had to sit and listen to fucking Keanu Reeves just yammer on, like I love listening to fucking Johnny in that whole game, but it was just like at a certain point, it was like, I'm done. Just shut the fuck up. Like skip, let's go. I just want to shoot things, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how organic I want to play through this, but I'm going to play through it again. I'm fucking super pumped. It'll be game of the year.
Yes and no. I don't want to shut the fuck up. Yes and no, just because I want to figure out what's new. And it's been long enough. I probably won't even be like, oh, they didn't have this, unless it's like super obvious. But I would like to get to just the Phantom Liberty part as well, and just like enjoy the absolutely brand new content.
Apparently,
because I've created enough characters, I fucked everything in that game that you can.
Yeah,
I've done it. My first one was a street rat. My second one was a corpo. I think there's only 3, right?
Yep.
My third one was a nomad.
I did corpo my first run in Pan Am. I did street rat and fucking. Who's a bionic bitch?
Are you talking about the corpo lady?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
There's one person that you could like bang super early, but you can only bang her once, then it's done, and then she ends up.
You know who I banged super early on accident in that fucking game? You're walking through Chinatown, and there's like prostitutes out, and I didn't know, and so there was a guy there. It's like, hey, you trying to fucking party? I was like, yeah, let's party.
Yeah, I fucked a dude too.
Yeah. My first
I was like, whoa, no, not this guy, not this character. He's straight as hell.
And then I fucking got the lap dance from Angel. So I'm like, yeah, Angel's a chick name.
Yeah, I went for the. That's what I completely. It was like one of those things. Like I just skipped too fast. It's like, what was the name? And I was looking through the names. I was like, that's a girl's name. The guy comes out. No.
Blonde hair. Hey. I was, God damn it. Audrey saw me on both of those. Like, fuck the male prostitute, and then fuck the you had Angel on me. She's like, you're playing this game really weird. Fuck you.
I'm playing it fast and loose.
A hole's a hole.
Oh. So CS:GO 2, is that going to be our shooty game?
Okay. So let me. I kind of like this idea, and I kind of fucking hate this idea. CS:GO went free to play, what, a couple years ago, whatever it was, 2 or 3 years ago now. They now have it. CS:GO 2 came out. CS:GO 2 is free to play. No big deal. It comes with Go. It's got CS:GO 2 in it. Like some fucking, I don't know, shuffled bullshit. It's not gone, but it's not really there. Who fucking knows? But for $15, you can buy CS:GO 2's premium package or whatever, and you only get placed with other people that have purchased the premium setup or whatever.
Ooh.
Okay, now, so part of me was like, oh, that's fucked. But then part of me was also like,
no, that's gonna take out a lot of cheaters.
Exactly. How much
that
of
is
the game
worth? I would pay that in any game.
Exactly.
Apex, pay any fucking
now,
game.
The part of me is also like, well, why can't you fucking Tarkov is an expensive fucking game.
I know. And there's still hackers.
It's an expensive game.
That's why I threw that in.
Which is also what pisses me off, because thinking about it, it's like, okay, well, if the free to play is so bad and filled with so many cheaters or whatever, that they'll institute a $15 fucking game. And remember, because it is on Steam, if you get a VAC ban, VAC bans fuck up every Steam game, like all of your online games and shit like that, because anybody can check yourself and it just shows VAC bans. It's bad. You don't want VAC bans. But at the same point in time, it's like, if you can't have a good enough anti-cheat that you then have to charge $15.
Does the $15 one use a different anti-cheat?
I don't know. See, that's a fucking good point too.
Yeah.
How much of would you not turn on your anti-cheat for the free to play just so you can force people into buying the $15 version?
Yeah.
Right?
Like if they pay like a licensing for like the anti-cheat, it's like, oh, okay, we'll give you like X amount per download. But they really regulate it like, okay, like you're only getting like the paid ones. All the free people are on the one that we just bought from Cycle Frontier for $4.
Yeah, it was the bankruptcy that we fucking cleared them out for. It just liquidated their files.
Was it built off of Unreal or Unity?
I don't know. It's probably well, no, because it's Steam, so it wouldn't be fucking Unreal. I think it's built off a Source. It's got to be built off a Source. That's a fucking solid question, actually. Oh, it's frog porn on my phone.
I was in a random text with somebody today, and he sent like a frog emoji. I was all, holy shit, it's Wednesday. He's like, what? I was like, it's Wednesday. I haven't seen a frog. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, there's a group chat where one of us will say it's Wednesday, and that just like, and then, like a bunch of frog porn. And he's like, you're saying that like I understand what the fuck you're talking about. I was like, frogs? It's Wednesdays. That doesn't make sense to you? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, must just be us.
No, it's not us. It has nothing to do with us. This is Sean and his fucking 12-year-old memes. Not 12-year-old as in like 12 years ago, as in like his mental state is of 12 years old. It's Source 2. It's the Source 2 engine. It's Valve's own engine.
All right.
So I guess CS:GO just got CS:GO 2, and this is what I'm the more I've been reading about it. So it's basically an upgrade into this new engine, and that's why they've renamed it as Counter-Strike 2. It's still just CS:GO. There's not really anything.
Just they overwatched it.
Oh my god, my camera's doing the thing again.
It's CS:GO 2.0.
It's CS:GO 2.0. Look how laggy it is. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I think I need to buy a new one. Look at this. Look how like fuzzy and like shitty it looks. And then it snaps back. It comes back in. I don't know.
Feels like it's back.
Too much porn.
At least on my end.
No, it's or it's Discord. That's why it's
better not be.
All the porn? Yeah, no. Fuck no. That's why I need the second computer. Just for porn. Porn and editing.
Yeah. Yeah. Splice some frames in like it's Fight Club.
Just real quick, just flash it.
Lucio, play of the day. Now that's a bump.
But yeah, I mean, if we wanted to do Counter-Strike, I think so. I bought Counter-Strike. I mean, I purchased every single Counter-Strike, so I don't think $15 is a bad deal for a game.
No, not at all.
Especially with it just being an update.
We've got drunk and paid more for games that we've played far less.
Far less. Far less. I've purchased games. There's enough games on my Steam library that have like 10 minutes in it that I probably spent upwards of $30 to $40 on that we've played. And I've been like, well, this was not a decision that should have been made anytime before 12 p.m.
Yeah, I'm sure a scroll through your Steam library would be exhausting.
Yeah, it's not fun. God damn it. Discord, keep up.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're in the home stretch.
We're in the home stretch.
Dial it in. Wednesday, Frogborn. Discord, CSGO.
My phone is getting clogged with Frogborn, though. It's
good. Mine is too.
I know. That's like Cliff.
Where is it?
Cliff was like,
when my phone goes off and the little icon, I can see like something green and phallic looking. I just flip my phone over now. There's been enough time where like I've like opened my phone, or like the phone just unlocks when you look at it and it pops up to our group chat, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I have to like curl my phone away from whoever's to the right or the left of me.
It wouldn't be an issue if people just said, "Hey, it's Wednesday." It's what it is. Remember the fucking, what was that commercial?
It's Wednesday, my dudes. Ah.
See, that was a funny Vine, and it was funny for its time period. But remember when that Camel the Hump Day commercial came out?
Mike.
And they played it to death,
yeah.
And then people did that to death.
Yeah.
That's what this frog meme is for Wednesday, right?
Okay, how come Budweiser can come back around? But we can't do the frog meme.
Because the frog meme was never good.
Sean would beg to differ.
I don't think Sean knows what's good or not good. I think Sean lives in his own little bubble, and as long as it makes him giggle, that's fine. And I respect that. Don't fill my fucking threads with that stupid shit, or you will get frog porned. And I'm gonna have to blur
a lot.
It is not comfortable. It is not comfortable.
Is it a whole folder?
It just goes. It just goes. And like I said,
sometimes you send stuff and it makes me question you for having it on your phone. Sometimes you send stuff that makes me question whoever the fuck drew that out.
Some of them, I'm like, I just go through and I'm like, I just click, download, and I go back through to resend them. And so my whole thing is, on Android, you can only send 10 photos at a time. So once I send those 10, I just delete them. So I know I'm never repeating myself. And so I'll send, and then I look at what I sent, and I'm like, oh, some of these are weird, dude.
Yeah.
They're weird.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, there are some people that will draw that shit for monetary value. Like, someone's like, I'm looking for you to draw this for me, and I will pay
people
you.
Have taken a lot of time to put a lot of detail.
Remember Superbad?
That's the concerning part.
Superbad, where he's like, I just had a problem drawing dicks, and I would just draw veiny dicks all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's how it started. Some kid started drawing dicks.
Watch a frog fuck another frog.
No, I think it was just
this
like
frog was a little more human than the other frog.
Me and Sean in high school used to read this comic called Suicide for Hire. It was a web comic. It was this really fucking bizarre out there thing. And the reason why the main character was like a fox and a fucking wolf or something like that was because he was like, I was just better at drawing animals than I was at drawing people. Totally fine. Fast forward to wherever fucking Suicide for Hire has went it up. It's a furry hentai comic now, and it's weird. It's fucking weird. And I feel like people start that. They start drawing wolves, and then they realize they can draw a dick really well, and then they just fall into hentai. That's just right into it.
I think I had my first furry kink today.
Oh,
yeah.
Sniffing dogs' asses or what?
No, it was a TikTok, of course, of that. It's like Markiplier, Bark Like You Want It. Like, so Sir Mix-a-Lot put out a new song called Bark Like You Want It. And like Markiplier did like a thirst trap or something like that, where he's like, I want you to fucking bark like you want it. And it's like girls reacting to it. And there's one girl, like all of a sudden, like she's like, does like the anime like cross-eyed thing. And then next slide is like her with like, you can see like a foxtail, but you can't see like the ass, it's like a butt plug. And like a dog park, she's like bark, bark, barking. And I was like, oh, that was weirdly arousing. Markiplier just gets them going.
See, that's minimal. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like,
but that's how it starts. It's a slippery slope.
Because you like, someone puts on some bunny ears or whatever, you walk around the bunny mansion or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of fun. And then you're coming home and you're dressed in a fucking full horse outfit and like,
yeah, no, yeah, I want the guy that spent $20,000 to look like a German Shepherd.
There's a border collie,
yeah.
But then I blame our childhood Disney for all of this.
Yeah.
They did not have to overly sexualize animals so much. And Nala gives fucking Simba that come fuck me eyes.
Yeah.
I get it.
I will say that Lola was appropriate. It was tasteful.
Lola Bunny was where it was at.
Yeah. That was okay.
And I think that's where
far because you made the animals look too much like animals.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. The original furry was whoever was drawing fucking Disney stuff back in the day. That's how it all started.
I want to fuck this thing.
Yeah.
Get some good shading. Come fuck me eyes. Yeah, really. Ooh, no. Erase. Really? Yeah.
The bigger.
Oh.
And see, the thing with Lola Bunny in Space Jam, what fucked me up is because it was part live action, part cartoon. Like that's where like the worlds got crossed. I got lost. I didn't know where
Michael
I was.
Jordan could have cupped the cheek easily. Probably did.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Zootopia?
Yeah.
Apparently, Judy Rabbit or Judy Hopps or whatever the fuck it is was like #1 biggest like furry hentai thing when that movie came out.
We couldn't do the Shakira giraffe. We had to go. The cute little rabbit.
Nobody wants a fucking giraffe.
I want.
Have you ever seen a giraffe drink water? Could you imagine getting a blowjob? Like, fucking legs all out.
Yeah.
Gotta stand 10 feet back.
Exactly. Starfish out. Or up in a tree if you're making it easy on them.
It's a fucking ladder.
Tree just.
Oh, this got weird.
Yeah. Hey, it's what we do here.
It's what we do here. I think we talked about games for about 5 minutes. I don't think we should talk about games anymore. There's no games out. Nothing is good to play.
I feel like we tackled some games though.
A little bit.
We talked about Mortal Kombat. We got some stuff in.
Yeah.
One thing. While I was at your place and intoxicated and telling you that I want to do D&D, guess what I ordered?
Slippers.
Rick and Morty D&D.
What?
That could be a fun one for us all to dive into. Yeah. It's supposed to be all like a D&D campaign about Rick and Morty. At least that's what I thought when I was drunk. And I got it today, and it is just a graphic novel of them playing. No actual campaign in here. I was really excited. I was like, man, this will be fun. We could all play it. Nope. There is no playing whatsoever.
Oh, my God. Man, we keep talking about doing this D&D thing, but I think Baldur's Gate ruined it for me.
Let me roll for you.
I think you guys should do it.
4. Trevor's correct. It's probably never going to happen.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Have you seen that thing where it's like, have you seen that TikTok or whatever? It's like people playing D&D for the first time after playing Baldur's Gate 3, and it's like some dude like fucking like, all right, like I could do this, and the DM's like, okay, you're in combat or whatever, like, you know, you have to really kind of place this. He's like, I got it, don't worry about it. I played Baldur's Gate before. All right, I take out 16 barrels from my pocket. It's like, where did you get? No, he's gonna notice that you're bringing out 16 barrels. Just calm down. Put out 16 barrels, and I'm gonna use fireball. I'm gonna stand 5 feet back. It's like, no, you can't do. Where did you even get 16 barrels from?
Yeah, that's how a lot of my workarounds have been.
Oh yeah.
I found this one place that's literally just a firework factory. Karlak is stacked, just carrying boxes upon boxes of fireworks.
So we found out. So the other night, Aaron and Pad were in Discord bullshitting and doing something, and then I just hopped in to see what they were up to, and Pad was trying to join Aaron's game so he could see what was happening, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, you can just join up. And he's like, yeah, apparently you just wherever that person is in the story, you can join, and then it'll ask you to make a custom character, and then it just auto levels you to whatever that level is, and then whatever gear they have, they can just filter to your character. Fuck, that's kind of cool. So I just made a monk class and just leveled up straight to. He's fucking level 12. Aaron is just fucking stat, and he's doo-dooing all over people. It's fucking incredible with his warlock. So anyway, so we're doing this, and then Pad was like, I want to go to a very specific place and watch a very specific scene play out. So okay, cool. It's basically Raphael's world or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No, but is this why in the group chat says, why wouldn't you say, hey, save this real quick before we go do this?
Yeah. Yeah. So Aaron basically in his game that we fucked around in has to go back like 4 hours.
I know what that's like.
And then so Pad was like, we go to meet like a succubus or whatever, and it's like Raphael's succubus, and there's like a sex scene that goes on like during that, but the succubus is like, I can change between male or female. It's just depending on, you know, whatever Raphael's, you know, pleasure palace was for that day. And me and Pat are like, no, you're gonna go with a male. The whole time Aaron's like, why are you making me do this? Played the whole sex scene out. He's like, I was like, we got done with it. I was like, well, that was kind of rapey. Aaron's like, you think? Like,
Aaron's just brushing his teeth and crying.
The whole time after he gets like, he's just sweating. He just looks petrified, scary. The whole time our characters just stand in the background, just fully clothed, watching the whole thing happen.
One really long peacock feather.
Yeah. The mask. Oh.
Yeah. The mask right behind you.
Yeah. Some eyes wide shut shit. Oh, it was a lot of fun. We were just dicking around with stuff, and we were like, we got some cool items and stuff. I was like, oh, this is really interesting. It's like, you should save this here, Aaron, as a separate save, so we could always come back and fuck around with it. He's like, I intend to go all the way back before you guys fucking join me and play the way I want to play. It's like, totally respectable.
Yeah. Let me play my game how I want it.
But then we were like, Aaron, you got to go really far back. He's like, yeah, I know. I've got to go way the fuck back. It's like, oh shit. All right, good luck, man.
Yeah, I mean, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night.
Yeah, that's right. The whole time, like, we get done with that, and like Pat's like, okay, one more thing. I want to show you one more thing. And Aaron's like, God damn it. Okay, let's go. We get done with that, and Pat's like, okay, one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. Aaron's like, there was like one more thing ago. Like, come on. He's like, no, one more thing. You got to see it. So we're like, okay, real quick, last battle, one more thing. Aaron's like, motherfuckers, it's like 12 o'clock. I want to go to bed. Fucking fight ends up taking like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Get done with it. He's like, okay, I'm literally heading to bed. I'm turning the game off. So, all right,
fuck you guys.
Yeah. Just take all this gear back you gave us before you log out, because you may never get it again.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was a lot of fun. Stuff like that was a lot more interesting. I think
game of the decade.
I heard this 1.3 patch has been actually hated on pretty strongly by the community.
The Baldur's Gate?
Uh-huh.
I don't think that I've played any of it.
Yeah.
Did they say why?
I started to read the article, and I was like, nah, I don't care.
What if it's just another neckbeard like you? That's just like, oh, I just hate Baldur's Gate because it's so good and the story's so developed. I play games like Mortal Kombat if I want a nice story.
No, it has nothing to do. I don't hate Baldur's Gate for that. I hate Baldur's Gate that it's, I've made this comment before and I mean it. It's like watching paint dry. It's so fucking slow.
Maybe your mind's just too sharp then, because my slow ass brain, even turn based, I'm like, what's the next move, Brad? What are you gonna do? I'm like I'm Alan from The Hangover at the craps table, except but it's still in turn based. It's like I'm trying to weigh out every fucking possible scenario.
When you got to my house, I was playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, see, so you love it,
and it was
you're
like
a closet enjoyer.
No. Love it and enjoying it are two different things. It's fun and I'm progressing because I've just stopped giving a fuck. I've stopped worrying about side quests. I've stopped worrying about completing fucking tasks for people. I'm just fucking doing whatever happens and then just running through it. So all of Last Light In is completely dead.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck them. I found more cloaks than I care to count at this point. They just keep showing up.
Suck it, Cliff.
But between the combat, like, okay, when we were playing with Aaron, there was like, yeah, some conversations and stuff that were happening. For the most part, we were just pumping through and just killing shit. But I was constantly in combat and fighting. And it was like, I think it was just because we kept doing terrible ideas and then it was just constantly combat based, which was fine. But like when you came over, I was just fucking like looting shit and running around. I was like, I'm so fucking bored. Like, get on with it. Like, keep going. Let's go. It's constant. It's constant like that.
I can show you the world.
I will tell you what. I do not mind from wherever I currently am at the story of having people join in with me, because I think that might be something that would make the multiplayer experience a little bit better, is if I didn't have to go through the beginning fucking tutorial in Act 1 section again. I'm so fucking sick of doing that beginning tutorial, especially like rolling a new character, trying new things out or whatever, and always doing the same. Like, you just know where this is going at the very beginning. It's so fucking monotonous.
If I can pick up with everybody in my camp and like the decision is, do I go Goblin Camp or do I save the Grove? If I could pick up there.
Yeah, right there. I wish I just had a save right there. Like, I might even play through Act 1 just to save it right there. And then
not a bad idea either.
Have that for just multiplayer campaign. You know what I mean? And so that way, if there's like a setup, it's like people want to come in, we can just pick up from there and that'll take you directly into Act 2. And I think that might be better than fucking trying to start over with a bunch of group. And now knowing that like the mod kind of works, but doesn't work. And we could only get 5 people to play. And like, there's this weird thing of like, we'll have 6 people on or 7 people on.
I want the mod to work so bad.
Well,
that'd
I guess
be a game changer.
The mod works solo very well. Apparently, you can just stick 15 people in a fucking party and run around. There's nothing wrong with that. But the online, when we tried it the other night, it was
just
like,
I want the online to work. I don't care about the solo, you know.
But then this is okay. So outside of that, then you have to go through the whole process, get the mod up and running. But it's like, okay, cool. If you could play with fucking 8 people, that would be dope. But at the same point in time, if you have 4
people,
more
of a hindrance if you pay when you play for 3 hours and haven't done anything.
Well, then it's also knowing that you can jump into a campaign at any point in time, you get auto leveled up. Now feels a little bit better, but it also means that literally someone has to, whoever save that you're playing on, every character that you're with just needs to take all their gear off and give it to that character so they can put it in the stash. Because that, like, say it's me, you, Will, and Cliff or whatever it comes out to, and then like Will doesn't show up. But someone else jumps in and auto levels them. Well, where's their gear? They have no fucking gear because we've split it amongst the group. And
2
Will's
salamis. That's what you start off with when you join.
2 salamis naked with a cape.
Yeah. A cloak.
Yeah. No.
Unless you're Cliff.
Yeah. And then you get nothing. Except for the salamis.
All right. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Mainly because like I'm sweating. My butthole is about to explode.
Oh, you looked like it. I was trying to figure out what was happening over there.
I can feel the sweat.
I feel like you should just let it go.
With 5 words. Never made it as a wise man.
All right, we're out of here.
Putin can't stand me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.